Next lady I'm going to bring you up is going to show you exactly how generation after generation before us, this is what we are here about, because we've grown up on marijuana and now it's time to grow up about marijuana. Please welcome the only lady who will ever let me call her Granny, with a big old smile on my face, Ganga Granny. New York, ladies and gentlemen.
Higher than that, really. My name is Arlene Williams. I came from New York City. I'm known as Ganga Granny. I have a website, Green Ribbon Girl, which promotes the green ribbon. And we should all wear it proudly. I am so happy to see everybody. Actually, I'm happy to see anybody. I turned 74, March 4th. I was born the year that President Roosevelt signed the Marijuana Tax Stamp Act, 1937. 74 years is not a long time to live. 74 years is a long time to be without a legal hit. You know, I am a third-stage breast cancer survivor. In my maker, I had great doctors, I had great family and friend support, and I had great weed. My doctor said, you've got to reach out, you've got to do something. It was 1980, there was a government program at the time, but he said, it's not that good, and by the time I do the paperwork, you may not even be here. I wonder if I can. Does this come on? Thank you. I've been up since like 4 o'clock with all this excitement and anticipation of being here and meeting everybody. So many wonderful people came here. I can't believe it. You know, it's hard to follow these eloquent speakers we've had, and one thing I learned that MF doesn't necessarily mean my friend. So, but back to my doctor, he said, look, if you don't reach out, you're not going to be here. So I walked out of NYU Medical Center, I stood on the sidewalk. I knew if I went all the way back to the suburbs, I could go in my phone book, I would find somebody. But I didn't, you know, he made it sound desperate. So I said, oh, okay, I'm going to do what I got to do. And I said, God, please help me. And like I knew what I was doing, I walked to the nearest schoolyard. And there I met Jesus. Jesus blessed me big time with real religion. I got better, it saved, I was 85 pounds, I went to 165. I mean, I literally smoked my way through the whole illness. And I had the support always of my family. My mother, who passed away a year and a half ago, 2 months past 104. She was alert to the last few hours. She did charity work. She never smoked, never drank. At 103 in Michigan, she helped campaign for medical marijuana. She said, I know it helped you, and I know, Mom, wherever you are, I'm still talking about you. And she's at a party. She may be turned on by now, even though she didn't before, you know, but... So I would tell people what I did, you know, but I wasn't public about it. One day I picked up the newspapers and I read about this Afro-American woman who was arrested for buying 2 dime bags in the street. She had colon cancer. She was a great-grandmother. Her children would normally get it for her, but they weren't around, so she got busted. They let the dealer go, but they threw her on the ground, handcuffed her, took her to the station, booked her, mugshot, everything. But she wasn't stupid, and she got a civil rights lawyer. So when I read the story, sometimes I'll read a story and say, oh, I should write a letter, I should make a call, and I don't. But this time I did. I called the lawyer, I said, look, I'm white, I have breast cancer. I'm a grandmother. I'm a little younger than her. I live in a more affluent area. It wouldn't have happened to me. It wouldn't be impossible, but highly improbable. This is pure prejudice. I want to go to court for her. The case was dismissed, and her and I became like the black and white Scotties at a Scotch pop. And we went everywhere, to the colleges, to the rallies, and we spoke. August '08, her name was Barbara Jackson. She passed away. Her last words to me were, "It's not the marijuana. The marijuana's fine." In other words, it was her last testimony. She needed it, and that wasn't what was killing her. What was killing her was not being able to get it, because it kept her glued together. I volunteered for an hour a week. It turned out to be 10, 12 hours a day for 10 or 12 years of my life in an AIDS hospice. Mother Teresa's sisters. Well, these guys aren't here, and there's no cure for AIDS, but I like to think we brought them a measure of comfort, because Jesus became my ally, and he helped me. And we would, if they couldn't eat, we gave them tea. If they could eat, we put it in the food. I even soaked suppositories. You know, we did everything we could for them. So I know it works. It may not work for everybody. It worked for me, but we need an alternative choice. Now, when I started, I was like medical marijuana. But no, we need to legalize it, period. We need to stop the baby steps. We need to just go right for it. I mean, if you can sell cigarettes that it tells you it's going to kill you, and alcohol, oh, pregnant women, everywhere you go, don't drink, don't do this, or anybody. They won't serve you in a bar if they think you've had too much. So, you know, what's the big deal? But we're fighting the pharmaceutical companies, we're fighting the tobacco people, the liquor distributors, and that far, far right, who are so religious. Yeah, well, okay, I was raised a Catholic, and we weren't allowed to read the Bible back in those days because they didn't want you to misinterpret it or put it out there your way. But I read it, and you know that burning bush? I think that was a huge blunt. I mean, really. All them angels, they were flying around. Woo! Bad stuff, you know? So, I mean, I don't want to be irreverent, but we got to be for real, you know? And I just hope that everyone that's here, you know, that you won't forget about today, that this will be a distant memory, because everybody's got to do their part. You know, people say, well, somebody's got to do something. Well, we are somebody. You know, we are the ones that have to do it. And all of you out there in your smoke-filled closets, we know who you are. We know you got good stuff. And if you're stupid enough to break the law, you should be courageous enough to stand up with us to change that law. We need your affluence. We need your money. We need everything. It's going to take all we've got to make this change. I keep saying, think Egypt. Ever since Egypt did their thing peacefully in 18 days, well, we certainly can't compare our needs to theirs because we're going to do whatever anyway. They couldn't, you know, but they did do it. And I don't think this is so big compared to what they did. And we are peaceful, and everybody, I see families. We need every opportunity that we can. That's one reason that I wear this green ribbon. It's a magnet for conversation. I live in a building where, you know, people don't even speak to each other, but they will ask me, what is that? What does that represent? And I size up the situation as quickly as I can, and I try to determine what they can handle. Sometimes I'll start with medical marijuana. But these are people who nobody talks to them about it. They're curious, they see it on TV. We have opportunities every day in little ways. It doesn't have to be huge ways. We don't have to, you know, overthrow the government or something ridiculous. All we have to do is talk to people. We have to try to remove the stigma that's been placed on us by from another era, by a society that was ignorant and prejudiced. And there is no prejudice in marijuana. I mean, you're sitting around smoking a joint, all you want to know, you don't care if the person next to you is black, white, Chinese, King Kong. It doesn't pass it around, please, you know? And the fact is, I'm happy to see some of our Afro-American people, some Hispanic people, because they're the ones in jail. We need you to stand up with us. 15% of the people in jail are white. The rest are people of color. Where are you? We need you here. I'm glad to see the ones that are here. Stand up with us. You know, you can't just be running around smoking this stuff. You gotta stand with us and try to make a difference. And I don't know what else to say to you, because these people speak so wonderfully well. I mean, and Jason, we should give him a big hand. This is the first event that he's done. I think he's done remarkable. Well, he's talking about next year. I'm not talking about next year. I'm hoping there isn't a next year. You know, I'm hoping we can all have a legal hit. And if you get to New York City, please, greenribbonworld.com. Email me. Everybody come to my house and we're going to celebrate.